think if Canelo was using the jab effectively, hard, the guy wouldn't have been able to come in because the guy was coming in because he wasn't worried about Canelo's jab. So he got more aggressive and he got brave. If he's not jabbing, he has no defense.
Care how big Crawford is interfering. If I'm Canelo, I feel disrespected. You know, coming up 2 weight classes. You haven't fought at 68. We don't know how your body's going to react.
He's got the heart. He's got the speed, the skills, and he's going to go out there. I was thinking he put up a good first 6 rounds, but then Canelo will start picking it up. But now I think Crawford will go for I think Crawford will get. I'm picking.
Mike Tyson has voiced serious concern for Canelo's future, warning that a loss to Terence Crawford could have damaging consequences. He highlighted that in past fights, Canelo's ineffective use of the jab often gave opponents confidence and to allow them to close the distance. Tyson stressed that this time, Canelo must adjust his approach by throwing the jab with greater precision and consistency to control the pace of the fight and prevent Crawford from building momentum.
Walk right in, like he did. Next fight, use your jab, different fight.
Veteran boxing analyst Teddy Atlas recognizes that Canelo Alvarez has built one of the most impressive resumes in the sport by taking on a long list of top-tier opponents across multiple divisions, while Terence Crawford has not faced as many marquee names as fans often expect from a fighter of his caliber. However, Atlas emphasizes that true greatness isn't defined solely by the depth of a resume, but by the skill, adaptability, and intelligence a fighter shows inside the ring. In his view, Crawford's mastery of timing, angles, and ring control will allow him to neutralize Canelo's physical advantages, and his calm demeanor combined with the ability to adjust mid-fight could prove decisive against a dangerous and battle-tested champion like Alvarez.
Overrated.
Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez at 168 pounds.
Canelo's really good. But I think Crawford is special. I know he hasn't fought the resume everyone wants, but you have that or you don't have that ingredient. And I think he has it. Canelo's really good. He's tremendous. But could he be a tiny bit overrated? The greatness is within Crawford. It's in his desire. It's in his mind. It's in his makeup, where he came from. I know he's moving up in weight class, can he carry it? But those who can't.
The stakes for Canelo Alvarez in this matchup go far beyond a simple win or loss, as Terence Crawford is moving up to weight classes, creating both a unique challenge and added pressure on Canelo. A defeat under these circumstances would draw heavy criticism, suggesting that despite his clear advantages in size, strength, and experience, he failed to overcome a naturally smaller opponent. Such an outcome could spark serious questions about his current place in the sport and potentially tarnish his reputation as one of the greatest pound-for-pound fighters of his era, making this a high-risk fight for Canelo before the first bell even rings.
I don't care how big Crawford is. If I'm Canelo, I feel disrespected. Coming up 2 weight classes. You haven't fought at 68. Don't know how your body's going to react. And you just think, you're just going to come up and beat me. We seen it with Charlo, his videos, how he was looking, moving around the ring. And everybody thought, that might work. And we saw what happened come fight night. Crawford is a skillful guy. But, who has he really beaten? Spence. After Spence, now all of a sudden he can jump up 2 weight classes and beat Canelo. I don't see it. If I'm Canelo, I would have to make a statement with Crawford. Canelo cannot lose this fight. He shouldn't lose this fight.
David Benavidez speaks with confidence when discussing Terence Crawford's place among boxing's elite, describing him as a fighter who operates on a higher level of technical skill and mental sharpness than most of his peers. He praises Crawford's seamless ability to switch stances, stay composed under pressure, and dictate the pace of a fight regardless of his opponent's style. According to Benavidez, this rare combination of poise and technical precision makes Crawford such a difficult puzzle to solve inside the ring. He believes Crawford's true edge lies not only in his physical abilities, but also in his exceptional fight IQ, which enables him to systematically break down even the most seasoned and dangerous opponents over time.
Terence Crawford, does he have an opportunity to beat Canelo?
I think if anybody has a chance to beat Canelo, I think it's Terence Crawford. His IQ is on another level. He's a great fighter and he's strong. It's just that it's a lot of weight. I wouldn't be surprised if Terence Crawford wins. Wouldn't be surprised if he loses either. Terence Crawford, when he went up against the best opposition, like Earl Spence, he showed what level he's on, what type of dog he is. I don't know. You really have to let these fights play out to see what happens. He might get hurt. That might activate him to come back strong.
Could you still make 68?
I don't want to make 68.
No, I didn't. Terence wins 68.
Yeah, well, if that's, yeah.
Jeff Mayweather emphasizes the exceptional technical skill that has defined Terence Crawford's career, noting his ability to read opponents and adjust his strategy with surgical precision. While he acknowledges Crawford's edge in pure boxing craft, Mayweather is quick to remind fans and analysts that Canelo Alvarez's power and experience cannot be underestimated. Time and again, Canelo has shown he can alter the course of a fight with a single perfectly placed punch while thriving under the pressure of facing some of the sport's biggest names. Jeff cautions that dismissing Canelo's ability to adapt and exploit openings would be a grave mistake for Crawford or for any fighter who dares to share the ring with him.
If anybody can do it, I think it would be Terence Crawford. I mean, skill-wise, I think he's a better fighter than Canelo, but Canelo is also a great fighter but he owns that weight class that he's in. So I would just say that I think that Crawford has to fight almost a perfect fight to win.
Max Kellerman's technical breakdown highlights the jab as a decisive factor in this matchup, pointing out that Terence Crawford's jab is one of the most efficient and accurate in modern boxing, allowing him to control distance, set up sharp combinations, and disrupt his opponent's rhythm. He emphasizes that Crawford's ability to dictate pace with a well-timed jab has been central to his dominance. In contrast, Kellerman notes that while Canelo Alvarez once relied on a powerful and consistent jab earlier in his career to neutralize aggressive opponents, in recent years it has become less frequent and less effective in his arsenal, potentially leaving him vulnerable to Crawford's disciplined and strategic use of the attribute.
And then tell me who do you feel is best in that attribute. First attribute, best jab.
Crawford.
Best defense.
Crawford. Nowadays, Crawford. I would say early in the fight, Canelo. And earlier in his career, Canelo. But he hasn't been that kind of fighter in recent years. Although Crawford is also hittable. With any fighter, when you talk about their defense, the question is not, can they be hit with a shot? You take punches. Everyone, the greatest defensive fighters ever get hit. Pernell Whitaker, Willie Pep, Floyd Mayweather, they all get hit. The question is, can you hit them with combinations? And both guys are hard to hit. With the two piece, hard to hit.
So who has the best footwork out of the two?
In terms of cutting off the ring, last fight notwithstanding, Canelo has gotten much better.
Antuan Russell highlights the cultural and stylistic contrasts that define this matchup, noting that Canelo Alvarez embodies the traditional Mexican fighting style built on calculated pressure, punishing body shots, and sharp counterpunch. In contrast, he explains that Terence Crawford showcases the rhythm, fluidity, and defensive awareness often associated with African-American boxing styles. Russell believes this clash of traditions creates a fascinating dynamic, as each fighter will look to impose his own rhythm while simultaneously neutralizing the strengths of the other.
He has mastered his style. You know, typically, Latinos, they got their own style versus melanated blacks. Yeah, then like more rhythm, more flashiness and panache to their stuff, more swag.
Yeah.
We just fight different than the ethnicities. You want to throw Amir Khan in there? He was in and out.
Yeah, that's the European kind of style.
Textbook, you know, but that was his style. Canelo got his style, and he lost. Terence Crawford, and I take nothing away from him. He's like freakishly good. You know, he go both sides, southpaw, orthodox. You know, and I feel like he adapt well. But it don't take much to get hit, especially these little 8-ounce gloves. He cannot slip up. He cannot slip up. He gonna have to stay set from beam to beam, so around 112, and he better be in shape. You're talking about like not 12 round shape. You're talking about like 16 round shape.
Trainer Robert Garcia has openly expressed his support for Terence Crawford in this high-profile showdown, praising Crawford's relentless work ethic, discipline, and dedication to perfecting the fundamentals of boxing. Garcia believes that seeing Crawford succeed at the highest level benefits the sport as a whole, as it highlights the importance of technical mastery and ring intelligence. While he holds deep respect for Canelo Alvarez and his remarkable accomplishments, Garcia admits that he is personally rooting for Crawford to emerge victorious.
I love Crawford. He knows Crawford. He knows that. I've seen him. I've talked to him many times, and I wish him the best. I'm actually very happy for him and Bomac for everything they've done and the big fight that they're getting. You know, in this sport, making it to those fights and making it to those paydays, you got to be happy for anybody that makes it there. So Bomac knows, Crawford knows. Now I'm actually, after Canelo's performance, I'm actually leaning towards Crawford to win this fight.
Why is that? What changed?
Because I know Crawford, he's got the heart, he's got the speed, the skills, and he's going to go out there. I was thinking he put up a good first 6 rounds, but then Canelo will start picking it up. But now I think Crawford will go for I think Crawford will get, I'm picking.
Omari Jones believes Terence Crawford's preparation for this fight is a true model of professionalism, noting that instead of bulking up too quickly and risking a loss of speed and stamina, Crawford has carefully added weight through a targeted program of nutrition and conditioning. This approach allows him to maintain the agility that makes his style so dangerous while also building the strength and durability needed to compete with a naturally bigger opponent like Canelo Alvarez. Jones sees this strategy as giving Crawford the best possible chance to win while minimizing the physical disadvantages that come with moving up in weight.
Me personally, meeting Crawford several times, it's like the man is just so competitive. It's like I don't even have to say nothing to him. He'll just like, man, when we sparring, it's like his competitiveness is always gonna put him over the edge, and then he just has that like, I'm not gonna let you bully me, or his skill set. And I know they talk about Charlo when Charlo moved up, but I feel like it may be a little bit different for Canelo this time around because Crawford took the weight, moving up in weight classes serious. He did the dieting, he did the training. So I feel like when you put in work like that, it's a win-win.
So you don't think Crawford, gaining that weight, because I saw him, he's pretty big. You don't think that's going to be a disadvantage for him in this fight?
No, it looked like he put it on the right way. The nutrition and the like I said, the training. Crawford, he trains hard, so I feel like, I know they say he probably went up to like 185, so he has to lose that weight. But I think if he did it the right way, which I know he did, he'll be successful.
Paulie Malignaggi adds to the discussion by praising Terence Crawford's ability to strike the perfect balance in his physical preparation, noting that he has built the muscle mass needed to withstand Canelo's power without losing the speed and quickness that fuel his counters and allow him to escape pressure. Malignaggi credits this to Crawford's disciplined training camp and meticulous attention to every detail, from nutrition to sparring strategy. He believes this well-rounded preparation could be the key factor in determining whether Crawford can successfully impose his style against Canelo Alvarez.
In September.
And I know, like we discussed earlier, we talked with your pro debut, and now you're 3-0. Your last fight, July 19th against Blanco, and it's actually your 3rd win by knockout.
Yeah.
I'm super proud of you. How are you feeling about your pro career so far?
I'm feeling great about my pro career. I definitely feel like it's off to a great start.
Stephen Bredman Edwards emphasizes that Terence Crawford's mastery of movement is the cornerstone of his success, explaining how his ability to control distance forces opponents into awkward positions, making them miss and exposing them to sharp counters. Coupled with elite conditioning, this skill allows Crawford to sustain a high pace over 12 rounds without wearing down. Edwards believes this movement will be critical in neutralizing Canelo Alvarez's trademark pressure and keeping him from cutting off the ring or trapping Crawford against the ropes. He also highlights Crawford's mental toughness, noting that his composure under fire ensures he remains calm and calculated even in the most dangerous.
But also, Terence Crawford is Terence Crawford. Crawford is Terence Crawford. But John Ruiz is not Canelo Alvarez. So that's another aspect of that comparison. And yes, exactly what the champ said, exactly what Abel Sanchez said. You're going to put on weight. You're going to be a different fighter. And I can say this, even as a fighter as myself, as I've gotten heavier in my retirement, I try and move around the gym, it just feels different. And even when you start camp, you feel different in the beginning than you do at the end. But listen, we're still 4 or 5 weeks away. I don't know exactly what Terence is weighing right now. And even if he does say what he weighs, man, he's gone out there and said he's weighed, all types of crazy numbers just to get media to respond. So it's really not really going to know until the fight and we see these guys next to each other. He might look bigger right now, but he might not be that heavy. He might still be in the range that these guys are.
Canelo Alvarez's recent performance against William Skull has raised concerns among analysts and fans, as his output was unusually low and his movements lacked the urgency and precision that once defined his prime. Rather than dictating the pace, Canelo often found himself reacting to Skull's offense, giving his opponent more comfort and freedom than expected. This uncharacteristic hesitance has fueled doubts about whether Canelo still possesses the stamina and sharpness needed to dominate elite opponents over 12 rounds. Critics warn that if these issues persist, a versatile fighter like Terence Crawford will be quick to exploit them. For more breakdowns, stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe for daily fight updates and exclusive boxing analysis.